And welcome to the stream. My name is Lee. Name vibes tonight. Sheer day is fine. Though, and we are finally live. I'm gonna do this. Then I'm gonna tell everyone we're live, because that's what you do when you go live, is you let everyone know you're live so they all can come hang out with you if they want to. And I'm going to check the schedule. Yeah, I did say 11:15, so we're only 3 minutes late, which is pretty good. And then 1:30 tomorrow. We're going to do typing. New typing tomorrow. So that's the... sorry, my ear itches. I have a really itchy ear, and I don't know. Both of them are really itchy, and I'm trying to... I had some new follow me, so that's fun. So welcome to the... Oh, yes, and first thing I gotta do is... I also just got back from work, so I'm also having dinner. Anyway, plan is we eat fruit and discuss cool world building stuff. So, sounds like a very fun plan. On Wednesdays, I usually do. I'm gonna bring up the... let's see. Do I have this mounted or... Nope. I'm going to have to open it up. Hang on. Give me a sec. So, boop. There we go. So on Wednesdays, I usually do my own homebrew world. And either randomly type up DM notes, type up from my stream notebook, or invent new stuff. So that's exciting stuff. Let's see. I'm going to bring up the Word document related to it. And we will... Hi! You build Alfheim. That's your world. This one's mine. You want to do an Alfheim stream, we can do an Alfheim stream, but not tonight. Also, hi, we have lots of viewers. So either we have a lot of viewers, or we have you and a couple bots. I'm hoping at least some of them are actual people, but we'll see. Sorry, my ear is super itchy. In any case, despite all that, let's, open this up. Roll table, nope, we didn't actually need that. Dendron. Oh yes, we're typing up Dendron, so there's that. And then we have one-shot A. Nope, what? Sorry, oh yes. That's a one-shot that I was doing, that actually went... Things that exist. That's what we did. Boom. So this one is... let's see, my miscellaneous name of cool loans. Circumorthocution, which is using words you can spell to say something instead of words you can't. Then there's Cassadar, Aqualaquel, Child of Phrasma and Gazra. And a deity that I actually homebrewed. The rest of the deities in the world are stripped straight from Galorion. Halfling King. Oh, sorry. Oh yes. 5 cities, the island of... Oh yes. Castoran. Lale, the aquatic dwarves, yes. Oh, and the epic, sorry, my ear is very itchy. I'm trying to scratch it without making whatever might be going on the inside worse. Sorry. I will stop it. I know it's probably making it worse. I'm stopping that. But my point on all of this was today we could do... Well, here's a question. What do you guys want to do? Why don't I start with typing Dendron. Oh, I hope it's not leeches. I really hope I don't have leeches in my ear. I'm going to start typing up dendron. I'm not scratching my ear. And I already lost a viewer. Okay, that's okay. Plan is we're going to start with typing up dendron. So if I open this dendron, who is 17 strength, 19 intelligence, 8 wisdom, and he has 15 rounds of rage per day because he's a druid barbarian, but he can't cast any actual spells because he has such a low wisdom. So you go over there for now. So we could either type up dendron, or I could do other world building. Although I don't know what you want me to. What I could do is a list of a little bit of the history. What? Well, okay, he started out as a druid, and he couldn't cast as druid, but he also has high strength. He also has low charisma. Well, okay, to be fair to dendron, he kind of, I decided he was going to be a druid before I rolled his stats, right? So he basically is a druid who can't cast spells. So he had to multi-class at some point. He multi-classed into barbarian because he didn't have a wizard to train him. And wizard is the only class that uses intelligence. So, to actually become a wizard, he would have had to study wizardry, and he doesn't have the self-actualization to go and study. Like I said, he's not, his stats were rolled after he'd already started out as a druid, and then, Alchemist still requires... I didn't think of that. I was using all the ones in the core rulebook, which Alchemist isn't. And I do have... I think it's in the advanced class guide. It might be. So I might have to dig that out. But the reason he's not an Alchemist is because he never studied alchemy. That is to say, his low wisdom and charisma, he could, if he ended up in a family, yes, I held him back. But he also is only, third level. He's young. He's young. Yes. He could still hypothetically go out and, learn something as he got slightly older, but also, he's an elf, and his family is full of druids. They're not sending him to alchemy school. I mean, hypothetically, there isn't even an alchemy school anywhere near him, so he'd have to find an alchemist to apprentice with. And then, even if he could find an alchemist to apprentice with, there's none in his tribe, which means he would have to go to a town, and how do you know he would have done well as an alchemist? That's an interesting question. How do you know he would have done well as an alchemist? Just because he's smart doesn't mean he would have done well as an alchemist. And you know, he didn't do well as a druid, which is why he multi-classed into barbarian. He basically started out as a druid, and then failed at druid, so he went and became barbarian instead. He's actually doing pretty well as a barbarian. He's got high strength and high con. 17 strength and 17 con for a barbarian is impressive, and with a decent dex, too. Like, you know, he's got the right stats for barbarian, and he's thriving as a barbarian. He did terribly as druid, which is why he only has one level of druid, because he failed at it. He failed at druid, got so frustrated by not being able to cast that he built up his rage, and that's why he became a barbarian. Let's see. Let me find his, let's see. Cal, Ham. Oh, he also has an animal companion. Yessa. Yeah. 17 strength, 17 con, 19. Yeah, he got really good rolls, except in wisdom, which as a druid is not great. And I did the thing where I would have switched it with the charisma if the charisma had been higher, but it wasn't. I rolled his wisdom and charisma and gave him wisdom the highest of the two, and both of them were terrible. So, you know, he just tanked those last two rolls, and hence the Oh. Oh. Right, improved unarmed strike. He also has improved unarmed strike, so we can punch stuff. Because, you know. Do not scratch at the ears. Alright. Speaks, Elvin? No, he survived. Okay, he survived. So I had a, back in the early days of the channel, which, okay, granted, was not that long ago. One of the, things I did on one Saturday was I had a special epic showdown. And I had, him and, who did I have? It was, him and, okay, yes, true, he survived, to get to level 3 by plot armor. True. But he also survived at level 3 a fight with a flail snail. And he got the killing blow on the flail snail with his axe. Because he's awesome like that. He got the killing blow. I was afraid he was going to die in the fight. I was afraid he was going to die. And he didn't. He survived. He got the killing blow on the flail snail. Let's see. It was him and, one of his, sisters. Not Constellation. Yeah, it was him and Sardinia, and along with, who else? A flail snail? No! Sardinia is 4th level. So it was like 3rd level and 4th level. I gave them specifically ones that had... No, I didn't give him that, you know. The 4th level sister, who was, you know... Well, empathy, no. Dusty, Horsemail, Staten. Oh yeah, and then along with, another character, a few, 6 druid, 10 bard, no, not, human, 5 druid, no, it was, Ethel, that's it, who is level 5, and her sister, Claudette, who is a level 3. Yeah. So I had a level 5 and a level 3, 2 level 3s, a level 4, and a level 5, essentially. Fighting this flail snail. And it was, you know, they all randomly met up, gathered together, and then started to fight. And it got tricky, but they managed to pull through, and Dendron got the killing blow. Several of them were injured. I think they were fighting... There's a little bit of terrain issue, so... Yessa failed her dexterity check and tripped up. I think Leo just stayed out of the fight. He's a familiar. Yeah, I had 2 animal companions and a familiar in that whole fight. It was quite the fight, actually. And it is... Give me a second. Okay, I'm bringing up, I'm pretty sure I posted the video. I've been trying to get all my videos onto YouTube. I missed a bunch, but I don't think I missed all of them. Sunday Fun Day. This was before I... Oh, well, I have 99 videos up now because, I just keep adding my streams, and I stream almost every night, so... Noon tea, afternoon tea, late night, no, late night. Sorry, nope, I'm not scratching my ears. Daylight, oh yeah, daylight. Late night, late night, late night. Channel update of June 2021. Oh yeah. Okay. Alright. Apparently I did not end up with it, so... Special... It's just Roxafarius. Yes, I do have it here. Okay. I am very sorry about that. There we go. That is part 1. And if I... Alright, now I have to find the other half. That would be this one. Alright, so there we go. Those are the two videos. They do take a while to watch, so, you know. Alright. Obviously, yeah, it's working. So this is where I would ask if you want me to keep going, even though I lost all my viewers. Okay, so we will leave that for now. My point being, on all of that, is that they fought the flail snail. It was epic. Dendron got the killing blow, and I was afraid he was gonna die. I was so ready for him to die, and I was preparing myself mentally for this, and then, boom, got the killing blow. And it occurs to me, I should actually try to do something with the stream, and not just hey, knowledge nature is in fact an intelligence-based skill. So, he would have made that easily. He also has that as I think he has a skill ranks in it. Yeah, he has a +3, +4. He has a plus 12. Yeah, he has a +12 on knowledge nature. Honestly. And he could have, but because they were already up close and personal before he had a chance. There were they ended up in the thick of it before he had a proper chance to, they didn't set out to kill the flail snail. They just got roped into fighting one because of plot contrivances. Besides, he likes... Yeah, but he's also a barbarian. He likes fighting up close. And he's good at it, too. That's the thing. Just because he's... the wisdom is... If he was smart enough to know better, that would be high wisdom. He's tanky. I mean, he has decently okay hit points. And, good damage up close. He's, good at up close fighting. So when he was up close and personal with it, of course he stayed up close and personal with it. So, Oh, right, but I was not supposed to be epically... I was supposed to be typing some of this up. This is Dendron's character sheet. I will show you my on-stream... my, the goal is to type that up. Yeah. And one of those feats is extra rage. He's got rage. He's got all sorts of stuff. Okay. I'll show you. Hang on. Let me put this up so I can still see what you're saying. Put this up so I can type. Okay. So... mild empathy. D20 -1. Because it's based on charisma. You add your druid level, but you subtract you add your charisma modifier and your druid level. His druid level is +1. His charisma modifier is -2. It comes out to a -1. So he's not actually that good at this. Okay. And then we, Rage equals, give me a sec, what is it? +4 to strength and constitution. +4 to strength and constitution. +6 HP. You say that, and yet, I think he might just survive. Basically, he's a level 3 barbarian with a few less hit points and a wolf to back him up. So, you know, he might have yeah, to start with, like, he has 31 HP. He's decent HP for, not as much as he could have if he had the 3rd barbarian level, but, decent HP. And, sorry. Itches. Motherfucker. Okay. Just half decent HP. And, shit AC, but, very good damage, so. He also has a wolf fighting for him. That's a big thing. He might not have as many HP, but he's got the wolf. Having a wolf on your side is not something to scoff at. Strength and constitution, which also gives him +6 AC, +6 HP. Fine, scoff all you want. Let me type. +6 HP and +2 on will saves while raging. -2 AC. Ten while raging. Right, we wrote that down. Then, yes, -2 AC. Post rage. For fatigued. Alright, I am going to do this real quick. Bop it. Bop it, bop, 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 shabop, shabop, boom, ba boom, ba boom, boom, ba boom, ba boom, paste. Fatigued. Fatigued. IQ. Yes. Okay, good. I spelled it right. I spelled fatigued right. And, I spelled fatigued correctly. And, which always is a handy dandy thing. So, it's fatigued for twice the number of rounds. As, okay. Yep. Okay. Right. So that's post rage. Fatigue. So that feats. Oh yes. We're gonna put. I'm not going to scratch. I'm going to try to be very good and not scratch. This is difficult, so you're gonna have to bear with me. I'm getting brain fuzz. Okay, so I have a bag of potato chips. They are dollar store brand, but I think they're gonna be good. I can't. That'll work. I can't have anything sweet because Lent, so I've been loading up on the salty snacks. Probably not the greatest idea, health-wise, but what else? Okay, then, Elvish. Not scratching ears, not scratching ears. Oh, common. Uridic. Has an ending. Sylvan. He's being Sylvan too because he gets extra intelligence bonus because he's so uncommonly smart, which I think he gets an extra language. Yep. So that's what his language is. Let's see. Knowledge, history, survival, perception, stealth, climb. Okay, so let's go with feats first, then skills. Then we'll type up Yessa. I guess today's a type up day. Apparently today's a type up day. We need to do as many, sorry. Next Wednesday, I promise we'll do something actually fun. But for now, we'll type. Unless you got, here's an interesting thing I could do. Let me find the map. It's called map of, nope, not them. That's a city that's in a different world. Map for Alastra, no. That one. You can ask any question about any of the countries listed on the map. Or, there, I'll take the flag off for half a sec. Yeah, you can ask any questions about anywhere listed on the map. If you want. Just while we're any questions about anything, and then if I don't have an answer, we'll make up one and take notes on it, so then it becomes canon. If you had any questions about setting, I could do some inventing, because I know some of you enjoy world building, and I want to world build for you live, so let's see. Feats 1 is improved unarmed strike. 2 is extra rage. Alright, let me just check what improved unarmed strike does. Back, lean forward, feats, now it's combat. Ooh, that's a cool fancy helmet. Okay, feats, here we go. self-sufficient. We got hiring critical. We got widen spell. We got that's meta. Okay, hang on. That's turn undead, unseat, extra. You know, they don't have extra wild shape. They have all these cool, like, extra lay on hands, extra key, extra performance, extra rage. They do not frickin' have extra wild shape, and it bugs me because that would be really handy if you were a druid. Greater, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Improved. Here we go. Improved critical, improved grapple, improved feint, improved initiative, improved iron, improved familiar, improved bull rush, counter spell, precise shot, shield burst, thunder, trip, unarmed strike. Here we go. What does... Okay, sorry. I'm trying not to let you see this top of my head the whole time, because I know that's a factor. I'm trying to get... No, I'm not scratching my ears. Not scratching the ears. Sorry. Focus. You are considered armed even when unarmed. You do not provoke attacks of opportunity when you attack foes while unarmed. No attacks of opportunity from punching. Your unarmed strike can deal lethal or non-lethal damage, your choice. Okay. Lethal, lethal, okay. Okay, yes, but, he has too much rage for just a regular monk. Like, monks meditate. They have high wisdom. He does not have high wisdom. Monks, meditation is their vibe. He gets angry instead of meditating. Hence barbarian instead of monk. If he'd accepted the fact that he could not be a druid and found inner peace despite that, then he would have become a monk. But he chose violence, and therefore is a barbarian. Okay. Then we get skills. Yay. No. Scratching. Okay, we got knowledge, local, is... 2, and then plus 0, nope, plus 0, plus 4, because intelligent is smart. Ah, I knew there was a missing letter. That would be that one. There we go. Knowledge, nature, focus, is 3, and a plus 3 because it's a class skill, plus 3 because it's a class skill, and another plus 4 because he's smart, and another plus 2 because he's a druid. Then we got knowledge, geography, geography is 2, and then plus 3 because it's also a druid's class skill, plus 4. That. And then knowledge history. Knowing is half the battle. The other half is extreme violence. I'm almost out of cheese. History. History is made by... brain. One is a genius, the other is insane. Sorry. There's the scene in Pinky and the Brain. I should clarify. My brain was trying to study the dictators of history to try and learn from their mistakes. Do not invade Russia in the winter. Plus 4. And then survival is 3 plus 3. It's class skill. Minus 1. And then plus 2. So he only gets a plus 1 on survival because that gets canceled out because it's a wisdom-based skill, but, you know. Perception, which is a 1. So he gets the class skill and to cancel out the minus 1. So it's just a plus 3. Stealth, weirdly sneaky, is 3. Plus 0 because it's not a class skill, because druids aren't supposed to be sneaky, but plus 2 because he's actually weirdly dexterous. That's another thing is, I'm pretty sure, I know CNC and old school monks are strength and constitution based, like tanks, but in newer editions, I don't know about Pathfinder, but I only had one Pathfinder monk, and he just tripped everything. Weirdly effective strategy, actually, to be fair. But generally, monks are supposed to be dexterity based rather than strength or con based. Although, a strength monk is actually a really useful thing to have around. Funny story though. Your wisdom modifier determines the DC for your stunning strike. And he has terrible wisdom, so monk might not be the greatest idea. And then plus 3 because strength. And then handle animal, which is based on charisma instead of wisdom. But honestly, it's wisdom in 5th edition, and I honestly feel like it works better as wisdom skill than a charisma skill. But I'm plus 3 for it's a class skill, minus 2 because charisma. Alright. Skills. Voila. Let me just save. So, we're just vibing. Any questions so far? Any comments, concerns? That's very fair. You could just smile and give me a Vegemite sandwich. Ooh. Uncanny dodge as well. And, can't be caught flat-footed. No dex loss. Which means you can still dodge if someone sneaks up on him invisible, which is kind of cool. I mean, it really is kind of cool. Just gonna brush the cheese plane. I think I mostly have him down. Except he might only have 15. Yeah, he has 15 rounds. Okay, I did write that down right. Okay, good. Base attack bonus is +2. On the strength, that's +3. Fortitude is +8. Reflex is +2. Will save is +1. Just and then we'll add a plus here. We'll do this little just to indicate the strength bonus. So yeah, I got a filter for my tank. I just have to apply it. We'll have to give them more fish food tonight. Nope. I'm not scratching at them. Right. So we got all these. Then we got the feat skills. Okay, the only thing we have left now is animal companions. Because he has an animal companion as a druid. Yessa, who's the wolf. Size. Medium. AC 17. HP 28. Like, she's almost as more powerful as he is. And that's where, he could fight a lot of things off because he's got this wolf on his side. And she is an amazingly cool trained attack wolf and emotional support wolf as well. So, it works out both ways. Let's see. Speed 50 feet. It's 50 feet because she's fast. She's fast girl. And then we do all that. So strength is for her is 14. Dexterity. Yeah, we're gonna do it this way. Dexterity. So strength is 14. That's a +2. Dexterity is 16, which is a +3. Hey, yes, it is amazing, okay? And you know what? There's no reason an animal companion shouldn't kick ass. Like, isn't that what they're there for? To be awesome? What's the point of even having an animal companion if it's not going to be as awesome as you are? Constitution is 15. Is 2. She's a -4. She's not very smart. I mean, yeah, she's not incredibly smart, but she's still an awfully good girl. Wisdom. Oh! If femdom is the kink of being dominated by women, then wisdom is the kink of being dominated by wizards. I'll throw that out there for you. +1. Charisma is 6, which is a -2. Yeah. They're both equally badly charismatic, so they kind of vibe together. It's got a... Let's put that up here. Bite is... 1d6 plus trip. +2. And trip, let's see. Let's calculate. We're gonna calculate her combat maneuver bonus because, you know, it's all set up. Let's do that. All right. And she knows how to heal because she's a good girl. Her base attack bonus is +2. She gets another +2 for strength. I'll note. Then her fortitude is +5. She's very tough. She's an awfully good girl. Reflex is +6. Oh! Wow! Okay. Hello, and welcome. I was thinking of raiding into you, but I guess you finished first. So, wow. Hi, welcome. Hello, all you phoenixes. Very cool to see you all here. Welcome to the stream. My name is Lee. Heme vibes today. Sure, they is fine. Ultramarines are not better than any other chapter. They are like they're not terrible. I'll give them that, but they're like the Space Wolves are pretty much okay. The Salamanders are actually the coolest, but wait, I won? Wow. Okay, I didn't think on that. I was just lurking because I had him up in the other stream because actually now I have to go and close that So I put up the other thank you. No, I put up the other stream in my in a window on the other side of the just so I'd get the extra he'd get the extra viewers. And I had it muted, but I'm gonna take that down now because otherwise I'll just have my stream in 2 tabs, and that's crazy. So bye. If you're gonna head out, thanks for stopping by. Oh yes, name is Lee, and we are doing a type up day. So basically a big thing we did on the early streams is we would create all these epic characters using Pathfinder First Edition. Here. No, I know. I knew you used JK. I do know what it means. I just still felt compelled to argument, because Ultramarines, really? Oh, but, so we're doing Pathfinder First Edition today, because, here's that centered. Pathfinder First Edition. This is my copy of the core rulebook. I had to tape the binder because there's a dog. Her name is Addie. She's an awfully good girl. She's a sweetheart, but she did chew my book. This was when she was a puppy. She wasn't even a year old, so I forgive her, but that in the corners of the coffee table was a thing she did back when she was little. I have a Blue Box RPG sticker on it, too. But, yeah, that's the Pathfinder core rulebook. So we're doing Pathfinder First Edition, not Second Edition. I don't have the Second Edition core rulebook yet. I'm thinking about getting it, but basically, yeah, I've been doing Pathfinder characters, and we are working on Dendron, who failed as a druid because he came from a druidic family. So I had assigned him that he was level 3 and that he had at least some class in druid, and then rolled the stats. I rolled them pretty much in order, with the caveat that if wisdom was low, he could take the charisma roll for wisdom instead and have low charisma. And then he rolled terribly for both, so now he just has both terrible wisdom and charisma. Fair. That is very fair. Very fair. Okay. So, yeah. Oh, a cat? Meow. I do not have a cat. I'm not allowed, we can't have anything with fur or feathers in the house because my roommate has really bad asthma, and she's, so, we have a couple of fish. Actually, I named them McCall and Milo, after Gaunt's Ghost characters. They are lovely little things. I will... Oh! Before I forget, for all you new friends, if you want to join the Discord, let me do this. I will add it to our list of... There. That's the stream Discord, which is, quite a bit of fun, I think. So, I do occasionally, at the very least, I post good memes. Hi! Yes, thank you. Oh, thank you for raiding in, by the way. I always appreciate the raids. Yes, antihistamines are a big, boost if you can get them, because otherwise it's terrible. I would imagine. I am very lucky that I'm not allergic to very much anything. Yeah. Although I do miss Addie, because she lives, she's living with my parents, so, which is in a different state, so, still the goodest girl, for sure. But I was typing up, Dendron, this character. He is, male, elf, level 3. So he was a druid, but he had an 8 wisdom. So he multi-classed into barbarian and got pretty good with an axe, actually. And then, but he still does have the animal companion, because in Pathfinder 1st edition, fun fact, druids get animal companions, which they don't in newer editions of D&D, which is kind of stupid, because animal companions for druids are really cool. And also, it kicks in at first level, so he does have her. Yes, it doesn't get any perks, because all the cool stuff the animal companions get, they get at, as you gain druid levels or ranger levels. And so, since he never got any more druid levels, she doesn't get any more cool perks. But still, she has decent D6 plus 2 damage and tripping. Oh, we were going to look up her combat maneuver. This is one thing I never quite remember, how to do the combat maneuver bonuses. So I'm going to add her combat maneuver bonus. I usually don't bother, but given that she has trip as part of her attack, I figure it would be a wise... Okay, so it does have concentration, although none of the spells specify that. Moving through terrain, obstacles, and combat, special attacks, aid and other combat maneuvers. Here we go. During combat, you can attempt to perform a number of maneuvers that can hinder or even cripple your foe, including bull rush, disarm, grapple, overrun, sunder, and trip. And she can perform trip automatically because she's a wolf, and wolves are awesome like that. Let me just pop this open. Oh, cool. My first PC was a cleric, but I only played that for one shot. My first main PC was Oh yeah, you guys seem to have collect quite the menagerie of companions. Almost every party has a couple, if I remember correctly. Your parties just seem to gather companions. Interesting. I've watched some of Matt Colville's DMing tips, but I've not run into the animal companion rules. I do have my own homebrew rule called Save the Dog, which doesn't really apply to animal companions, because in Pathfinder they level up, so they actually gain hit points and they're not fragile. But in 5th edition, any animal your party picks up is bound to be very fragile and have a handful of hit points at most, which means that if you have an enemy that casts, say, a fireball, they're pretty much dead. So I have a rule that says if you're within, your movement speed of your animal companion, and an enemy wizard casts a area of effect spell, what you can do is you can give up your reaction and automatically fail the saving throw, taking full damage, even if you have evasion, to curl yourself protectively over your animal companion. So you take full damage, they limp away on 1 hit point, and then just leave the battle off to just do the thing. Which I think is a very fair way to do it. I wouldn't do that for familiars, because in 5th edition, familiars are fey beings that can just be resummoned, so they can't die, but it's still, still not a fun thing for an animal companion. I don't like to kill them off if I can help it. Although, I recently had to, with Cone of Colds. That particular druid had 6 giant rats that he'd raised up from infancy, and they were getting to be a lot, but they could only save 4 of them when they cast this Cone of Cold right at them, because they were all directly in front of him attacking this wizard, and he panicked and cast his highest level spell, because that's what enemy wizards tend to do. Oh, but I was trying to calculate combat maneuver bonus. Is base attack bonus plus strength modifier plus special size modifier. Medium is plus 0, so it's base attack and strength. So it would be a... the maneuver bonus would be a plus 4 on the trip, and then that would be against combat maneuver defense. Defense, which is... Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Combat maneuver defenses. Which is... combat maneuver bonus plus dex plus 10, essentially. So combat maneuver defense, so it would be a plus 4. So just as a reference point, if anyone ever plays the character, they'd have to know combat maneuver, so it would be useful. I don't usually put them up, because I figure if anyone pulls a combat maneuver, I can look up the rules, but if they have trip just there, I generally add it in. What else? Reflex, right, so we got the combat maneuver bonus. 50 speed, AC, HP. Oh, right, she has feats and skills as well. Reflex, and her will save. First, the will save, which is a plus 2. So she has a higher will save than Dendron does, which makes sense, because she actually has half-decent wisdom and not... Alright, bye! Have a good lunch. See ya! Oh yeah, it's actually, like, morning time on the other side of the world. Bye! Thank you for the raid again. I really appreciate it. Okay. We got... feats. Let me... what else? Feats. And let me see. Do we add share spell and evasion? All or nothing. Yeah, in Pathfinder, it's not the way evasion works in Pathfinder, as opposed to 5th edition, which I'm sure most of you are more familiar with. In Pathfinder, there are there's evasion and then there's greater evasion. Evasion, or improved evasion, I believe. Evasion is, if you make the saving throw, you take nothing. If you don't make the saving throw, you take full damage. Greater evasion is, if you make the saving throw, you take nothing. If you don't make it, you take half. She has regular evasion and share spell, which means any spell, animal companions have the ability, any spell that has the target of self, because there are some spells that really only target, you can really only target yourself, but there is an exception to that, which is your animal companion, can become targets of those spells as well. Stuff like mage armor, or, although that's not a self-target spell, stuff like that you can cast on your animal companion as well. She also gets her own feats and skills, although not many, because she doesn't have a lot. So she has... one is athletic. And 2 is toughness. Toughness is just extra HP. And athletic is a bonus on, I believe. Let me double check. Spells, magic items, feats. Combat environment, feats. Here we go. Athletic is at the very beginning of that. Being able to make magic items. Let's see. Agile, alertness, alignment, animal, arcane, athletic. +2 bonus on climb and swim skills checks. If you have 10 or more ranks in one of these skills, the bonus increases to +4. She doesn't even have a full 10 skill points to do anything with. She has, in fact, 3 skill points, which she are entirely based. Here we go. We'll put them here. Yeah, I'm formatting manually, so it's a little wonky. But skills is perception. She has 3 ranks in perception, and then she gets a +3 because it's a class skill for animal companions, and then she gets a +1 for wisdom, and then on her other skill she's got she doesn't actually have any ranks in climb, which means she doesn't get the class bonus, but she does get her strength, which is her strength. Hang on. Her strength is +2. But she gets a +2 and +2. Yeah, so she gets a +4 instead of just a +2. And swim would be the same way. Normally, swim would just be, for her, would be only her strength bonus, but she gets an extra +2 because of the feet, so I'm just noting that down, if that makes sense. Any other skill is just the associated attribute. I just noted those down specifically because she gets extra bonuses, and it's always good to add down extra bonuses if you have them. What else? I think that is skills 3, which you put all perception. Let's go. We'll go like this. I said manual formatting can kind of be a bitch, but her trick, she does know one trick, which is heal. That's about it. Otherwise, she's just kind of attacking and... That is... Okay, so we finished... This is the entirety of Dendron's character sheet. So I've been... early in the stream, I started using this notebook. Now I usually take notes like this, where you can kind of see the... as I'm typing. Which makes sense, because that way I could... it's better for on stream, so you're not looking at the top of my head while I frantically scribble notes. And you can kind of see it, and then we have a record. This also offered us a record, and I actually liked introducing this, the beginning of the stream by saying, like, this and this are your most important world building tools, because if you have something cool and don't write it down, it's gone forever. Unfortunately, this notebook had a cover and a back cover when we started. The cover and back cover both fell off. They're around here some... I think they just... Yeah, I think they just wandered off. And it's been slowly but surely losing pages. And this first page is Oliark, who was not the first character I created on stream, but I've lost several pages already, which is why I tend to occasionally do type-up streams, where we type up whatever character. Dendron's whole family was created on stream, including several siblings, so I kind of just went with it. Sorry. every night when I'm streaming, I hit a point where I start to get exhausted, but I'm hitting that point soon. But so Narissa is... Oh, yes. So when I created... I started with Oliarch, and I rolled randomly. I have a chart. I have a lot of random roll charts, because random roll charts are the coolest, basically. Especially on the stream, when I used to have a dice cam. I do no longer have it, but I do always keep... I have percentile dice. I got D8 here. I always keep a handful of dice nearby, in case I need to choose something randomly. A D6. I have a few D20s. Fudge die, obviously. But my percentiles are here. I'm just gonna set them back in the tray. But my point on that was, because I have the dice here, and because rolling randomly for characters is actually kind of a lot of fun, I had a tendency to do random rolls for almost all my characters to start out with. So I rolled randomly. I believe Oliarch was the first of the druids. Rolled randomly, got a druid, and then created the whole family of druids, which meant that, of course, they all started as druids and then multi-classed as was appropriate. Dendron was the last of the druids in this family, because I rolled for a number of siblings and then set up one for each of the siblings, and Dendron was actually the youngest. So always save your work, also. Good thing you should do. But we could start with new. So I'm going to start completely blank document, since we are doing a type-up stream. Unless any of you have any questions on the world, it's a homebrew world that I've created. Dendron is merely one druid living in northwestern Hitherland, in a whole tribe of druids, which actually is led by Narissa, who I'm about to start typing up. She's the leader of their tribe. Yeah, but if anyone had any questions on the world, I could answer them for you. Especially because I know we have a lot of new people popping in to say hi. Just if anyone wants to add in the chat, I very much encourage people to speak up in the chat. Say hi, offer suggestions, anything. Just, you don't have to, but it's always nice when people say hi in the chat. We're going to start with... Oh, yes. And she has an animal companion named Lorenz, who is a snapping turtle. So that's pretty cool. Let's start with Narissa, who is cis lesbian. I have something really cool, which I actually have up right now because I had it up for yesterday's stream. And I never took it down. This is my gender and sexuality table, which I'm extremely proud of. And every time I create a character, I roll on this table. Go from there. So, every time I create a character, I use this table. So, something I do. So I rolled, that way for Narissa as well. And she is a half-elf, I think, and 20th level druid. So she has a lot of stuff, because she's a 20th level character, not just a, freaking 3rd level. So she's gonna have more to type up. She has 11 feats, and her spell slots, and although as a druid, she can swap out all her spells, including cantrips, or orisons, as they're called for divine casters like druids and clerics. She can swap those out on a daily basis as well, not just the leveled spells, which I think is pretty cool. So Any prep caster, which is clerics, druids, and wizards, can swap out their cantrips when they prep their spell, rather than having to memorize a specific handful of cantrips and only having access to those cantrips. And then having, a bunch of spells that can be swapped out in prep. You get to swap out cantrips in prep as well, essentially, which I think is kind of cool. Okay, so we got the class features. Oh, and Wild Shape. She actually has, freaking, I don't think I gave her actual skill points. Okay, here's an interesting thing. I did not properly do her skills. Then we had her brother. Essentially. So she has 100 extra skill points that I never assigned. So we could do that as well for, okay, let me, I might crash, soon, sorry to crash so soon after all you guys rated and came in, but, so she has 150 HP, and we never, the AC, well, her dex is -1, and I'm guessing leather armor, plus bonus on saving throws and plants, oh yes, that is a little, a fae, a druid. Druids get a +4 bonus on any plant save against any spell that's fae-based and any spell that's plant-based, including stuff like thorns, stuff like that. Okay, so half elf, Narissa, HP 150 of a group and humans, both elves and humans who worship Gazra. I don't want to say cult. Community. Gazra is the deity of nature, and is kind of a really awesome deity in Pathfinder lore. When I created this homebrew world, I used the Pathfinder core rulebook as a table of deities on Golorion, which is the Pathfinder setting. So I created a homebrew setting with all these different countries, and, traditions and various groups. And then I used the deities from Pathfinder core rulebook, which were the ones from Golorion. So they have the same deities as Golorion, and also and Aquel, who's one more extra deity that I invented. And then sorry, I'm fading. Whenever I do late night streams, there's always a point where I just hit a wall, because I come back after work and then tap right on stream, and then so all right, it's 43. Okay. All right, we're gonna start with, I'm gonna put down her basic stats, is how we're gonna do this. And then I'm gonna start stream wrap up. Does that sound good? Or at least dexterity, constitution. Constitution has an O. Constitution, intelligence. Charisma. Okay, so her strength is 11, which is +0. She doesn't have great stats, but dexterity is 8. Yeah, she ended up with terrible dex. I rolled them in order, and then what I did was I allowed for wisdom and charisma. The higher of the two went to wisdom because it was her stat for being a druid, and the other stats were just rolled in order. So and then I adjusted, constitution, the lore and possible multi-classes accordingly. Intelligence 13, so she's not incredibly stupid. It's a +1. She does not have great stats. Wisdom is an 18, which, I mean, to be fair, it started off a lot lower, and she just had a bunch of ability score increases because she's 20th level, and I sunk them all into wisdom, which theoretically made sense for her, given her position as clan leader and such. She was elected to lead both the elves who form their under druidic community, the forest elves, wood elves, I believe is the technical term, and then the humans who worship Gazor, who had kind of started out their own community, and then the two merged, and they became one group, but they needed a half-elf to lead them, and she ended up in charge of that, and it's actually working out quite well. She does have a brother, as well as a spouse. Okay, 10 is +0. You know how it is. Okay, so there's that. Then, attack bonus is, so because she's such a high level, she gets 3 attacks, one at +15, one at +10, and one at +5. And this is where I would usually add in her strength bonus in parentheses to indicate that, but she doesn't actually have a strength bonus, so it's 0. So add to that, basically. Basic attack, and then her fortitude save. Fortitude saves are +14. Reflex are not great. +14. She's high level. You do realize she's a 20th level character, so she gets nice high bonuses to. Reflex is +5. And will saves are +16. Yeah, so we got those down as well. We had feats. Oh, sorry, feats and skills. This is where it would be a handy thing to say, okay, let's start with skills. well, there's also class features and other stuff, but I'm going to start with skills because the charisma is 0. Plus 6 is... Oh, she got skill focus diplomacy. Hang on. Skill focus diplomacy because that was an important. All right, let's and also food. Oh, great fortitude. Brew potions. Craft one. Okay, so the skill focused diplomacy, we're gonna have to here. She's 20 ranks in diplomacy, which is the maximum she can have. So you get plus 0. Is diplomacy a class skill for? Let's look that up, and then we'll see what how much of a bonus skill focus gives us, and then we'll figure it out from there. So we're gonna go to skills, and then obviously I should add other skills. What other skills? Here's a question for chat, if there are any of you in there. What kind of other skills might she have? Besides diplomacy, because I didn't actually give her skills, and she still has 100 skill points that she can spend on, up to 20 on any skill, you know. So, is druid? Nope, not a class skill, so that's plus 0. And then skill focus. That would be under feats. Feat descriptions. Oh yes. So Narissa. Oh, freaking right! I never put it back up. Sorry. I did Narissa. Did I just not put Narissa up? I forgot to put the writing back up. I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah, that is Narissa. She's the, I was telling you about her. But yeah, that is her stat sheet that I've been working on. She is a, druid, a high level, 20th level druid. I'll put that up on her list. Level 20 druid. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end the druid. HP 150. Okay. Believe me, I appreciate having you putting me on track. Also hit save again because oh, I didn't even save it. Did not have that saved. Okay. Whew. Solved. Now, skill focus. I just want to see what bonus skill focus gives us. And then we can add that. Skill focus. If you have, okay, so it's a +3 bonus on all checks involving this skill. It's another +0 because charisma. If you have 10 or more ranks, which we have 20, it goes up to plus, sorry, it goes up to +6. So we'll add a +6 for the feat. But yeah, does anyone have any other suggestions for skills that she should have, you know? She can just change her spells out every day, so, you know. Yeah. 1 o'clock is a good time to end the stream, too. So we'll put skills, diplomacy, and she's skill focus in that. List of skills. We got acrobatics, appraise, bluff, climb, craft, diplomacy, disable device, disguise, escape artist, fly, which doesn't actually allow you to fly. It just is how skilled you are at maneuvering in the air. You still would need to have either wings or have cast fly spell. But Is your skill at aerial maneuvers? Handle animal. Definitely handle animal. So we got 100 skill points left. Heal, also probably have that as well. Intimidate, knowledge arcana, knowledge engineering, knowledge geography, knowledge history, knowledge local, knowledge nature, knowledge nobility, knowledge planes, knowledge religion. Okay, we're definitely getting knowledge nature and knowledge local. And I would say knowledge history too, probably. Because she's sorry, I did kill a moth. That was just stupid and kicking around and being an idiot. Alright. Knowledge local. We got survival, perception, survival, stealth. Probably swim. Maybe a rank each in swim and climb because they're both class skills. So that would just rank each. We got perform, profession. I would say ride. Probably. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. We got one each in swim and climb. So we got one for now. And then it's a +3 because these are druid class skills. Right? Swim is. And climb is as well. Okay, so it's +3 and then plus strength, which is +0. And then climb is the same. Just to, in case trouble. Survival is, I'm gonna say she gets at least 10 ranks in survival. So let's put this down to 98. No, I'm not scratching my ears. I'm not scratching. Alright, let's go down to 98 left. 98. We're gonna with 88 left. We're gonna put a 10 in survival, and then we'll see how many we have left after, 10 for survival, which is +3 because it's that, and then it's wisdom, which is, hey! +4. This is pretty good, I think. And then we'll, +2 druid. Okay, so perception would sense motive as well. In fact, I'm gonna give at least 15. 88 minus 5 is 88 minus 15 is 78 minus 5, which is 73. Okay, so sense motive, I don't know if it's a druid class skill, but it is not a druid class skill. So just a +0, and then it's wisdom based, though, right? Yes, sense motive is wisdom based. So that's a +4, and then, yeah, okay, just a 15 + 4. So that's not much at all, but, 73 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 divided by 6 times 12 is 72. So I would say knowledge, perception. I'm gonna go with 18 perception. Or actually, you know what? We're gonna bump it up to 18 sense motive. And then we get 70. And then ride is 3, 4, 5, 6. So 8. I'm gonna say ride 8, and then it's a druid class skill. Let's see. Right, ready? Yes, it is. So we get a +3 on that, and it is Dex based. Okay, so it's a +3 and then a -1. You ready? So we're actually doing character creation live on stream. I usually, for those of you, hang on, how many viewers? Oh, we only have 9 viewers. People are trickling out. That's fair. But for those of you who don't know, I usually determine what game I'm working on by day of the week. So Pathfinder and my own homebrew world, they're in on Wednesdays. Tuesday, Thursdays are Warhammer 40k. The Fantasy Flight game, RPGs for Warhammer 40k specifically. Monday is Greyhawk. Is Greyhawk Wiki Day. And Greyhawk Wiki Day. Friday is generally a free day. It depends. And then, but for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's locked into the game in the world. And then I either do character creation or world building, depending on mood. On Saturdays are free day, and actually Sig here in my chat has a free. If you look down at the bottom where it says vibe points, either for 2,000 bits or 20,000 channel points. You can choose what we do on Saturday. And I believe you have one stashed up that you still haven't requested yet. So you get to request the topic of the Saturday stream. What else? Anything tabletop RPG related, basically, is on the table. For Saturday stream. Saturday, what else? But, you know, so I either do, and then within the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday, where I have the game specified but not exactly what we're doing, I generally do either character creation or world building or lore sharing. And then, you know, okay, but you still have to pick. I'm not going to let you redeem another one. I mean, I guess I couldn't stop you, but tell me what you want me to do for the first one before you redeem a second one. You know. Because there's no point redeeming them if you're not going to specify what you want to do for the Saturday stream. You get to pick any topic, you know. Anything vaguely fantasy or science fiction related, even. And I'll do a stream on it. That's... Alright, well, you have it in the bank for when you think of something cool you want me to do. It's a guaranteed request. Other than that, yeah. It is... Oh, right, I was gonna do the last of the skills before bed. But that... 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's 4... So 5 and... Okay, that brings that down to 78. Oh, yeah, that brings that down to 70, so... 5. So it's 5, 12... That's
14. Okay, we'll put 14 ranks each in... Oh, no, hang on. Perception is 14. Handle animal probably only... I'm going to go down to 10. Handle animal because I also realized that... Which one was it that... Spellcraft would be a useful... and we'll give her 4 in that one. I think that's a pretty reasonable skill set. We can tweak it later. But now we have all the numbers, figured out at least partially. So we have the math worked out. Handle animal is a charisma based. And is in fact a druid class skill, which means she gets the nice little +3 bonus. Yeah, it's a druid, so it's +3. Spellcraft. Is Spellcraft a druid? Yes, it is, actually, because, weirdly, probably because they're caster class. Heal, also a druid spell. Yep. It's... Knowledge Nature is, I know for a fact, a class skill. Knowledge Local, though. Not a druid class skill, so, that's a +0. Perception? Is perception druid class skill? Perception. It is. So that's +3. Oh, also, so that's +3. Probably should do stealth as well. But that means, that breaks these. Let's go down to 10 for knowledge local. 12, that makes this 6. And then stealth is druid is not a class skill for druid, so that's +0. Okay, so handle animal is charisma, not wisdom, so that's +0. Spellcraft is intelligence, which is a +1. Big, respectable. Healing is wisdom, that's +4. Knowledge Nature is intelligence, which is a +0, but also another +2 for being a druid. Knowledge Local is not a druid class skill, but it's also based on intelligence, so also a +1, actually. Intelligence is +1. Perception is wisdom, that's a +4. Stealth is dexterity, which is a -1. Okay. Probably good we put a few skills into it. Alright. That is a rounded skill set. And it is well past 1. And I have to wake up early tomorrow to run a game. So I'm gonna sign off for tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I did my type up day. Let me just add, first save. Always save your work. Yeah. So, last server Discord, in case anyone wants to join. What else? Thank you for all watching. We are gonna conduct a raid into... Ooh, Darling Creepshow's doing Cyberpunk 2077. So, she's really cool. A lot of fun. Does D&D sometimes, but right now it's just doing a random game. It's a lot of fun. Just cool to hang out with. And a good friend of the channel. So we're gonna pop in and say hi. Yeah, I think that's it for now. Oh, I should mention, before we raid, my sponsor is, kind of. Actually, vaguely like it. Yes. I just wanted to check. Yes. So that is, which is a very cool jewelry company that makes fun stuff that is pretty amazing. And you can get 20% off if you use the code. So always a nice bonus. And they sponsor the stream and are generally pretty cool stuff. So check them out if you like jewelry. And then if you want to do anything, you can use the code to get 20% off. If you don't like jewelry, don't worry about it. I think that's about it. Okay, now we're raiding into Darling Creep Show. I'll see you all 1:30 tomorrow. If not, sometime later in the week, depending on your vibe. Right.